It is January 2nd, 2020. Maybe the balloons will just do their thing while I'm filming this. I just want to say Happy New Year. It is the start to a decade, a new month, a new year. And yeah, we are going to have some major insight coming in for the month so that you guys can take a look at the perspective that comes to you from the angels for your highest good. As always, we ask for guidance from angels and guides to give all of our followers on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube pretty much all that insight that you need for the month. It just gives you a little bit of guidance. So first things first, 2019, there were a lot of changes happening and people had to make decisions in their life in order to move forward. We all know that we have to have change. So first card makes so much sense to what is happening here. The first thing is the change your life card. This card here specifically tells us, first of all, if those of you who have come to angel card readings, you know that I'm a person who adds numbers all the time. This one here is the 6 and the 1, which is a 7, which is a number that really represents you being on the right path. So that's a great start to January. But there is change in your life. So you have either already created that going into 2020 because you made the decision, or you're someone who still has to make a final decision, but it's been brewing for the last year or so. This card here shows us, look at this angel, he's sitting really high. This is representative of somebody who either comes into your life to show you a different viewpoint or standpoint of where things are, whether it's business, love, relationships, although this feels very personal to me. It feels on a personal level. This is who we are getting to with this card. But someone either coming in and making you see or view things differently, embracing a new opportunity, but it's not something that you have actually seen yourself. You know there's change, you know it has to happen, but you're just not sure which way to go. So somebody comes to help you out, which is great. Embracing change. What else do we want to talk about here? I see something in lights way up ahead. And it tells me that you're almost there. You're almost at the part where things are going to shine. And that person and that thing that's going to shine is you. We know that when change comes, it allows evolvement. It allows growth. So that's where you're starting for January. If you've got a big decision to make that decision now so that you can set the right tone for this month and for the coming year. I love that one. Blue also reminds me of purple. Blue and purple always reminds me of healing. So there's healing taking place with the change that you're making, and it's part of your path. It's a great, great start. Excuse me, followed by, we just talked about healing, 7 of Raphael. There's the 7 again. So you've got 7s back to back, which is a sign to tell me that you're on the right path. But I urge you to really pay attention to this card because this card here really represents health. And if you look here, we've got this health symbol right up here. Time to decide what you want to wish for in many ways. So let's do this in 2 ways. The first thing I see here is a wishing well. You have suppressed your feelings for a very long time. You know, the wishing well is a place where obviously you can make a wish and have your dreams come true, but it's also representative of, you know, the wishing well goes really far deep down. So how far down are your feelings? How far have you stuffed your feelings and not really gotten those feelings out to the surface? This is very much about your health because whatever it is that you're suppressing is affecting your health big time. This is a card of confusion, a lot of answers that you need to really come up with, and it's all about the decisions that you make. The chakras here, see these colors? Put it up close. So if you see these colors, I want you to take a close look. And if any of those chakra colors stand out to you in the buckets, that kind of tells you there's too much going on. And you can quickly Google to see what the chakra colors mean. That way, if you have chosen any one of these colored buckets, then you'll know exactly what they represent. So, you know, the green or the yellow representing the heart or the sacral chakra, you know where you need to work on and what this is affecting specifically. So look that up. It also tells me that things could go one way or another with your health. This is really 50-50 and it's all up to you. This is one of those cards that tells us this could be really treacherous going up here. There's no railing, there's no safety net, But it also says there's some growth here too. So you have to really decide and know from your intuition what risks you want to take in what you're doing with your health. So this is a twofold card. It's about making that decision, A, with your health, B, with the suppressing of the emotions. You've got to bring that out because it's affecting your health big time. Now, I know I probably confused some of you because you're like, well, wait a minute, you just said we're off to a great start. And we are. But you know what? Every card is going to represent something for each person that comes and watches this. So you'll know which one is for you. You'll know which one you're drawn to, and you'll be like, yeah, I'm in the middle of a health crisis. This is the card that's for me. Or I'm in the middle of a major life change. You know that the other one is for you. So just trust your gut as you're seeing. You know which ones will serve you and which ones won't. Bringing feelings to the surface. Let me see, did I miss anything? Oh yes, detoxing. Whenever we see the chakras, it's a need to detox. Most people are in detox mode come January, me included. We've definitely overindulged over the last little bit. Time to get back to feeling a bit better about ourselves. We overindulge, we do pay for it. So detoxing a little bit to get those chakras back into alignment. Following the Seven of Raphael is the Page of Raphael. So again, Archangel Raphael is very present in your healing, whether that's internally, externally with something going on with yourself. But this is a card of love. When I look at this card, yes, someone said to me once, oh, but she looks sad. And she could be sad, maybe because she's not getting to that final answer of what it is she needs in her life, but it is a card of love. It tells me that you don't have a lot of time to make a decision though. So if you're on the fence of whether this relationship is going to work for you, give it your all. Put your feelings out there. There's a need for communication in this card. She's going within, and I urge you guys to go within, meditate, ask Archangel Raphael to help you in the love situation that you're in. So if you have a new love, you need to communicate and you need to tell them how you feel. If this is a current relationship, then you also need to communicate and really get your feelings on the table. We all suppress something at some point, whether it's some resentment, whether it's some anger, whether it's confusion. In a relationship, it's that feeling of you need to be open with each other. So get out there and have that conversation. Do it with emotion, though, because that's the most important thing. Telling someone how you truly feel. This one came up too as I meditated on this one. I take a look at the waves and I look at the castle there. I mean, the castle took a long time to build. So this is the relationship that we're talking about. And it can very easily be washed away by the water unless you make sure you're protecting it. So that has a lot of meaning in that too. Whoever this is meant for, you'll know. You don't have all the time in the world. Make sure that you express how you feel to someone, or it might be too late. You got to put yourself out there. It's worth the risk. This is saying yes, 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 because Archangel Raphael is there to help heal the parts of you that need healing, whether it's the past relationship or the one coming. Okay? Green is always healing. I love that emerald light from Archangel Raphael. Now, here's something that comes forward. Two of Fire. So we see two. We're always talking about a couple or partnerships. And this is a really cool card because it tells me there's a lot of passion. So in your career, there is passion in what you want to do. There's passion in the plans that you've created for this month. I just looked at my camera for a second because I'm like, is this thing recording? Because I would have died if it wasn't. I'm like, okay. Anyway, it's recording. Yes, I'm always going to make you laugh with this kind of stuff because it's late. I always do things late. You know what? That's just me. I feel creative at nighttime. And I don't like distraction. So when I'm busier and there's confusion and stuff around, I just can't do it. So I feel so much more focused when I'm doing things in my element and my time. So maybe that came up for a reason for those of you who are struggling in some way. Do what works for you. It's not always going to work for someone else, but do what works for you. So this hot month for love and career. There's so much passion in this card. It also shows me there's some playfulness. Take a look at these two. These guys are funny over here. It's couples, business. January is definitely looking good. He's very confident. He's very playful. So that's representative of the partnership and how your partnerships balance each other out. You see all that green in that card. That's telling me there is a lot of growth and opportunity. Keep forging ahead with the ideas. Keep forging ahead with everything that you have in place and that you have planned for the year. Take a look at the dragon too. This dragon represents that friendly, playful side that, you know what, he's a protector, but at the same time, he's saying, you know what, let's do something different, or let's get these plans in place that we have been talking about forever. This makes so much sense. So anyone who started a new business, looking to expand your business, do something with someone else, the opportunities are there. Take them. Keep your eye on the prize. Even though January is generally a slower month for a lot of people, don't lose faith. It's going to be great, okay? I can already see that. Again, on the right track. If you take a look at the 7s that we had, followed by the 2, this is telling me you're still on the right track with what you're doing, especially being in a forest. A lot of people might think, you know, they're in a forest, they're lost, they don't know which way to go, there's no compass. They don't even look like they're worried. So I love this card. You know, there's also a lot of yellow in here. And when I see yellow, I think of intelligence and I think of knowledge. So make sure that whatever it is you do have planned, you're doing it with steps in place. Like, don't just throw yourself out there and take the risk that's too risky. Make sure you've actually crossed your T's and dotted your I's. Okay, with this one here. Great potential in this card. Now, the last and final card that came through for the month, and I know there's been 5, but they kind of are really encompassing personal health, love, relationships, career. And the last one is a joint card that I really truly believe is going to represent something for absolutely everybody who sees this. So if you made it to the end of this video, you're going, this light's just horrible in my face. Oh my God, it's so bright. I think I just made it worse. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I come in here and I try to put this light on because it's so dark at nighttime, but it's like blinding me. And I'm losing my voice. So last card, it's an awesome one. And it's so synchronistic because, you know, we did a giveaway on our Instagram and Facebook with Gabrielle Bernstein's book called Super Attractor, and we are going to be manifesting all kinds of things into our life. So if you haven't got the book, go get it. But we had a winner come, and we had a conversation today about some struggles that we both had over the last little bit. And what's amazing is the synchronicity is all about this card. We talked about receiving, and this card is allow yourself to receive. We talked about receiving and how it's not always easy for people. You actually have to feel good in order to receive, especially if you're someone who gives all the time. When you're receiving, it feels weird sometimes, right? You're like, oh my God, why is everybody doing this for me? Do I deserve all of this love? Do I deserve all of this attention? And the truth is, yes. That's one of the cardinal rules when it comes to receiving, is that you have to understand and believe that you do deserve it. That's one for sure. The second thing is that you have to accept what's coming to you as opposed to pushing it away. So if you really think about it, if you're manifesting and you're asking the universe to bring you things, then you have to be willing to take it. So even if it's really good or it comes really fast or you don't expect it and you think, oh, I'm not worthy of this. Yeah, you are. Okay, so that's the first, that's the second cardinal rule, is first of all, accepting, receiving, and being worthy of it, knowing that you deserve it. And the third thing is, the more that you do receive, the more you're going to have in your heart to give. So it'll come back tenfold both ways. So that's a great card to end January off with. This looks like this might be the entire month, but definitely towards the ending of the month, people will be receiving something. Doesn't always mean money. I always say that, you know, people just automatically think abundance in that way, but abundance comes in so many fours. So many fours. Wow, that was a Freudian slip. Did you hear fours? And I always say I add numbers. So 4 and 4 equals 8. And for any of you, I can't talk, any of you who know, 8 is an abundant number. So that came out on purpose. There was another thing that they're actually trying to tell me. It is about money. Okay, so I put my foot in my mouth there. But that's the angels who are always coming in and putting out the thoughts that need to come out. So it is about money. They're saying by the end of the month, don't stress. The 2 4s came out. 4 and 4 is 8. Look for those 8s. Let that be your sign. I'm actually going to leave you with that and tell you guys to pay attention. See if you notice any 8 numbers. I have been seeing them nonstop for the last 2 weeks. January 1st actually opened up my phone, and it's funny because I showed Julie and I said to her, look at the amount of 8s on my phone. 88 emails. It was, what time was it? It was 8:17, so 8 and then 1 and 7 plus right? 1 plus 7 is 8, so it was 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and it was all over the place. I took that as a sign of abundance. And I didn't take it necessarily as the money, but I took it as, you know what, we're going to be full of many different things this year, which is going to be health, love, relationship, all those things, but we've got to work on them. So use these as your guide. Have a great start to January. Julie will be back in 2 weeks. And you guys asked for these. You said you still wanted to see them. So we're bringing them to you. I hope you enjoy. Have a fantastic month and blessings on blessings always. I'll see you back February 1st. Take care.